Longa.
My name is Alexei Yashin.
Stay tuned for
NHL Power Week.
This week on Power Week, we'll turn up the intensity as teams fight for their playoff lives.
Eiserman there. He scores! The defending champions are still defending. Chatan, in front, off the post, they score! That's it! The Philadelphia Flyers are buffaloed by the Sabres in the first round.
In our Power feature, we'll tour St. Louis with silky smooth center Pierre Turgeon.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
In Don't Blink, everyone's gonna have a good time. So hold on to your seats as we juggle an array of great bloopers, acrobatic saves, and devastating hits.
That's how the hits are made, just like that.
Let's get right to the playoff excitement beginning in the Western Conference. We begin at San Jose, where the Sharks hope to even their series with Dallas in 2 games apiece. It took overtime to find a winner.
Bounces free to Ludwig. Now Nichols centers. Here's Susan. Shoots. Score! Andre Susan! And the Sharks win! The series is tied! We're going back to Dallas even up!
Neither team was backing down in Game 5, but the Sharks got the early jump.
Giveaway, Sutter open scores! Ron Sutter! Last one home by Belfour. And look out for San Jose. They lead 2-1.
Ken Hitchcock's team needed to regroup, and that's exactly what they did.
Shot was blocked, never got there. Puck loose in front, still loose, knocked in, they score! Across the line, Shador jumping in the play. Around one man, Shador centers right there. They score! Madonna Messenger on the side!
After a 3-2 win in Game 5, Dallas had to work overtime in Game 6 at San Jose.
2-on-2. Keane, 3-on-2. Shador moving in to Keane. Great shot. He scores! That's it! The Stars win it in overtime. 3-2. And they advance in the opening round of the 1998 Stanley Cup playoffs.
The top-seeded Stars kept home ice advantage as they moved on to round 2. At the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles, St. Louis was looking to sweep the Kings. Pavel Demitra got the Blues started in Game 4.
Pavel Demitra with a real quick release. Here's Conroy, lets it go, he scores! Craig Conroy on the goal.
And the Blues take a 2-0 lead. The St. Louis Blues sweep the Los Angeles Kings 4 games to none. They win this one 2-1.
The Blues advanced to the second round for the first time since 1996. In Phoenix, the Coyotes had Detroit down 2 games to 1, but the Red Wings responded like champions.
Better off. Goal by Kozlov. Caught on a line change. Lindstrom fires and scores. And the Red Wings lead 4-1.
After tying the series with a 4-2 win, Detroit controlled Game 5 at home.
2-on-1 chance at the other end again. Fedorov in. Fedorov holds. He's in there. Fedorov scores! Sergei Fedorov! 3-1 Detroit.
In Game 6 at Phoenix, Detroit painted the whiteout all red.
Shanahan dealt it in deep. Eiserman there. He scores! It is Fedorov bringing it along. Got it on to Eiserman. Moving by. Shanahan scores!
But it was the strangest play of the game that sealed the Coyotes' fate.
Fedorov the heart around. It swirls on in! A ricochet shot that went into the goal, and the Red Wings with a power play goal. The defending champions are still defending.
I thought we played a really solid game, and we were able to. They got 1 goal lead. We were able to come back both times quickly after and tie the game, and eventually wear them down and win the game. So I thought as the series went on, we played stronger, and we wanted to come in here and win Game 6, and we played a good game.
Detroit won 2 of 3 games in Phoenix to help capture the series. The Edmonton Oilers' hopes for another first-round upset seemed dim thanks to Colorado's performance in Game 4.
And they score as the puck comes out to Forsberg, and he put it in as Joseph was down on his back. Went wide pass for Lemieux with some speed. Lemieux shoots, scores!
Colorado fans hoped to see the series clincher in Game 5, but Edmonton had other ideas.
Leaves it for Zelapuk. Taken out by Yale. Now Greer. Escape! And the Oilers have a lead. It's 2-1. And it looks like we're going back to Edmonton for Game 6.
And in Game 6, goaltender Curtis Joseph was unbeatable, while the Oilers chipped in with offensive support.
Across the line, ball break. Deep from there. That's goal. That's Barowski scores. Is this perfect for Game 7 or what?
Game 7 appeared to be a dream matchup of youth against experience. It was, in fact, a total mismatch.
Wait, look at a break. He's got Bill Gary. It's a breakaway. Here's Gary. Shot, score! 2-on-1 down low. Pittsburgh gets it to the score! It's time for a shot. And they pile off the Oilers bench and onto Curtis Joseph. As the Avalanche are shut out for the second straight time, 4-0, and lose this series in 7 games.
The Oilers will face top-seeded Dallas in the second round, while the Red Wings and Blues will meet in the other conference semifinal. In our Power feature, we get a bird's-eye view of St. Louis thanks to Pierre Turgeon.
We are here at the Gateway to the West, as they like to call it, the St. Louis Arch. Joining me, Pierre Turgeon. And Pierre, here we're going to do a little sightseeing today.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
I'll just put you in charge of it all.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're not afraid of height too, so we'll have fun.
Yeah, right. Let's go. Come on, you.
Come on, Jennifer. There's a lot of room.
There's a lot of room.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come on in.
This is really interesting. Wow. We're like at the top of the arch. You know what? I bet we can see the rink from here. Well, yeah, you can see the Kill Center right through those 2 buildings.
I guess that's the football field.
You played a little baseball in your time. You should know.
Young.
Yes.
Really young.
Young. You're not exactly old now. Well, you know what? I think that maybe we should look at the arch from the outside instead of the inside. I know that I'd like that a little bit better. Okay? All right. I'm going to take the 1,076 stairs. Okay, this is much better out here. I much prefer this view of the arch. Yeah. You know, I gotta tell you, what are you in the middle of your 11th year now in the NHL, and you find yourself here in St. Louis. What's the chemistry been like?
It's been good. I think we've been successful because we've been the guys have been playing together, and you look at the team we have. The defenseman has been a big part of winning, and you look at all our line, first, second, third, and fourth line. It's been playing very well for us, and we have Grancho has been hurt lately, but it's been playing very well all season. And Jimmy McLennan came back in net, has been doing the job really well.
Being drafted so young and coming into a professional sport, do you think you had to grow up a little faster?
Yeah, I think so. I was 17 coming, I got drafted in 17, and 18 I was in Buffalo. Going from the junior major to the NHL is such a big difference. It's unbelievable. It was a big step for me the first few years, definitely, especially the first year.
Turgeon 2-on-1 with Campbell. Turgeon shoots. He scores! Pierre Turgeon, welcome back to Montreal!
The image of you carrying the torch that night to the Forum close is forever burnt in my mind. Can you describe that experience for us?
For myself, it was just a good timing. Just to be at the right place at the right time. I think I was. You look at the Montreal Forum, there's so many history in that building. And that night, you look at all the captains and all the players that was there. There's just you can name it. Guy Lafleur, Maurice Richard, and Savard. And there's so many good players in history there in that building. It was just an unbelievable night.
When you look toward the future, what is it that you would like to accomplish throughout the rest of your career?
Obviously, it's easy to answer that question. It's going to Stanley Cup for sure.
This week in Don't Blink, the first round heated up as goalies around the league showed they can give as well as take away.
Peterson catching up. Peterson. In front.
Side of the blue zone. King's trying to get one. One-time shot. Stopped again by Grant Fuhr.
Priest. Better offset it. Shot. Side. Rebound. Great save. Jimmy Wade. And here's a chance for Barnaby. This could be it. Barnaby in there. He's stopped that shot. Pass to the offensive zone. A big shot. Oh, what a stop by Vernon. Get away for Herkus. Tony Herkus charging in. Stop made by Waugh. Patrick Waugh goes down and makes a great save. Here comes Podine with some speed. Top of the circle. Tries to make a move. Puck is left there. Got the by Sillinger to the backhand. What a stop. Oh, action. Here's Kachuk. Short-handed. Pete Kachuk brings it home and saved by Osgood.
Playoff hockey has proved to to be quite a hit.
Oh, he took a hit there by Thornton. Man, what hitting! Holy moly!
The Washington-Boston series featured a pair of netminders, Olaf Kolzig and Byron Dafoe, who are friends off the ice, rivals on it.
Down low, great man, point to the front. Dafoe is sprawling to deny Kelly Miller.
Anderson spinning around, center shot, saved by Kolzig again.
Setting it right on, and a fine stop by Dafoe. That's the best of the game for Byron Dafoe.
His first career playoff shutout.
Byron Dafoe has put away a 4-0 shutout win.
But they weren't the only ones putting up the zeros. In San Jose, Mike Vernon and Ed Belfour played 60 minutes of scoreless hockey.
Rangers in front, and two good chances, another one. Oh, and Belfour just saved the day for Dallas. He's held in at the point by Zubov. Shot saved by Vernon, rebound saved by Vernon. Loose puck in front, played by John McLean.
And in Edmonton, Curtis Joseph played zero hero, forcing a Game 7 as he shut out the Avalanche.
Group at the point. 25 seconds left in the power play. Forsberg down low, tries. Stopped by Cujo again. Can you believe Joseph? He will not let Colorado score.
Montreal's Andy Moog put his team into the second round with a 3-0 shutout of the Penguins.
In front, has it in the glove.
The intensity grew as no one was spared from these bone-jarring hits.
Bodies are flying everywhere. Oh, knocked over in center. Oh, never saw him coming that time until it was too late. 29 usually hits his target. Wow.
The eyes of the goaltender says it all right now.
The Devils got to live another day thanks to a 3-1 victory in Game 5. In Game 6, Ottawa had a chance to seal the series once and for all.
Alfredson back to Yashin, walking up. Yashin looking for Saru. It's Larkin. Fans on their feet. They're sensing it. With Kravchuk. Over to Kravchuk. They score!
Ottawa advances to the next round of the playoffs, and it is the year of the upset as the top seeds are falling on a nightly basis.
Up 2-1 over Philadelphia, Buffalo looked to continue their mastery of the Flyers.
Good play here by the Sabres again. Those center catch it. Tatum scores! What a play by the Sabres! And Chatan buries it. And the puck intercepted by Janet. Sets it up by Kelsey. Rebound. Stopped by Burke. Loose in the crease area. Sabres have it. It's gone! Matthew Barnaby!
After their 4-1 win in Game 5, Buffalo headed to Philadelphia to try and seal the deal.
The Buffalo Sabres have never defeated the Philadelphia Flyers in a Stanley Cup playoff series. They are 60 minutes away from that.
Tied at 1. Here's Pekka. Works it out. Again with a shot. Rebound scores!
They are up 2-1.
To Babbitt. Lines out. Shoots. Scores! Evans buried it. And it's 2-2.
The two teams headed into overtime. Philly put up a good fight, but Buffalo was just too much.
In front, off the post, they score! That's it! Roshan scores the winner! And the Philadelphia Flyers are buffaloed by the Sabres in the first round.
It was a must-win game for the Bruins. Down 2-1 to the Caps, Boston was undone by one of their former stars.
Centered out in front. Shot. Score! And Avalanche gives the Capitals a 1-0 lead. That's on the one-timer. Deflected in. Shot. Scores! Avalanche!
Washington's Olaf Kolzig shut the door on Boston with a 3-0 shutout. In Game 5, the roles would be reversed.
Jason Allison's got a 2-on-1 with Samson up wide. Allison closing. Samson up. Score! What a play. What a play. Doherty still roughhousing. DeMaio. Oh, what a goal. Absolutely sensational.
Boston powered ahead to a 4-0 blanking and forced a 6th game with Washington.
Samsonov has it again. Out in front. He fakes. He scores!
starter's goal sent the teams into their third overtime of the series. For Boston, a win would force Game 7. But for Washington, a win would mean much, much more.
Here's Bellows. He shoots. He scores! Washington wins! The Caps win the series! The Washington Capitals have won the series 4 games to 2.
The Penguins found themselves down 2-1 to the Canadiens going into Game 4. For Pittsburgh, it was a must game. The 6-3 Penguin win even the series at 2. In Game 5, Montreal played the breakaway game as well. Montreal's 3-0 blanking put them one step closer to the next round.
Our final score here in Game 6. The Canadiens wrap it up with a 3-0 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins.
After their first series win since '93, Montreal will face 6th seed Buffalo. Ottawa's first ever playoff series win has them facing the 4th-seeded Capitals. Colorado's Peter Forsberg leads all playoff scorers with 11 points. Time to shine our international spotlight on the leading scorer in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Despite a first-round exit, Peter the Great was still a force.
He's the best player I ever played with. I played with a lot of good players, and there's no doubt in my mind Peter Forsberg is the best player I ever played with on a hockey team.
He is the most unstoppable player in the NHL by a mile right now.
Forsberg, he scores! Are you kidding me?
He knows that Mironov's coming, and he just dumps an area pass that Joe Sakic can skate under.
What a pass.
God, he seems to have a combination that very few guys have, a combination that pulls it all together, from his speed to his playmaking to his scoring ability, his toughness. He can play as physical as anyone.
We're up to 131. A list of good things that Peter Forsberg could do on the ice.
He's just a great team player. I think he makes a team a lot better, and I think that's what you're going to have to focus on when you need one player. You need a guy that's going to make you better for 82 games in the playoffs, and I think Peter's probably one of the most valuable guys out there. He's young, and I like the way he plays.
Forsberg has 18 points in his last 7 games against the Oilers.
Forsberg is magic out there with that stick. Tremendous hand when it comes to passing that puck.
Once again, Peter Forsberg comes up with the turnover. Great pass out to the front of the net to Valerie Kaminsky. Forsberg is fantastic!
Welcome to our first playoff power pack. We've got the St. Louis Blues looking to sweep their series with the LA Kings in Game 4. Let's get right to the action.
Welcome to the Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California. We're underway. Steve Levy, Darren Pang. This is Game 4, the Western Conference quarterfinal series. The Blues are looking to sweep away the Los Angeles Kings. In goal tonight, big story for Los Angeles is Stephane Fiset. Grant Pure is back in goal for the Blues. Big line is out for St. Louis, the one that features Brett Hull, Pierre Turgeon. Pascal Rayom is joining them, while on defense, it's Al McInnes and Todd Gill. Blair Achimon as the Blues get the first change, and the stop is made by Stephane Fiset. Look at Frederick Chabot, the backup goaltender tonight. Here's Rob Blake cruising at center. Blake will fire in. Russ Portnoy is on it. With Ferraro now in Robitaille. Minute left in man advantage. Just scored free as Galley couldn't hold his own. Blake has off the stick of Robitaille, right in on goal. McInnes to it. Slaps that, can't clear. Galley able to keep it. Force deeper. Ferraro on his backhand. Back to the point. Galley shot is blocked. Here's Robitaille trying to center. Pronger was there to pick it off. Then the Blues rush out. Pronger leading a 3-on-2 shorthanded. Blues let it go, and a save by Fiset off the shot from Craig Conroy, and Fiset is in the hockey game.
Fiset's a butterfly goaltender, in sharp contrast to the way that Jamie Storr plays. Fiset is much more active, and I think is a goaltender much more emotional in the net than what Jamie Storr is.
Perreault for tripping, 6:42. Blues first power play of the evening, and right off the faceoff. It's all the way back down at center. McInnes and Duchesne will work this point. Boys, power play, St. Louis power play, that's like a dirty word for the Los Angeles Kings after what transpired in 3 minutes and 7 seconds of game number 3. 4 power play goals on 1 major penalty. Sean O'Donnell. that has been fully documented. Shot right on by Duchesne, and the lights came on here inside the arena as if the Kings had scored a goal. Will the Blues get one? No! Vichet a good stop as he went to his right. Comes back out. McKinnis lets it go. Sliding block by the Kings defense. Ian LePerriere, the former Blue. And now Courtnall goes down. One free for Duchesne. To the forehand save by Vichet. Another shot from Courtnall goes wide of the net. Turgeon gets to it. That shot is wide. All Blues buzzing. Wes Courtnall gets to it but can't clear. Here's Al McKinnis. Thought about it. Now it's a pass. Saved by Vichet. Off the deflection in front. LePerriere is without a stick. Back for McKinnis. It's a pass for Turgeon. For Hall.
What a play.
Couldn't tee it up in time. The Kings get to it, and they will clear. With 40 seconds left in the power play.
Great play by Courtnall. They collapse down low, and Stéphane Vichet has got this building energized. Stéphane Vichet stays on his feet. He's got great patience here. He ends up going down as a flurry of activity from the St. Louis Blues. Brett Hull gets hammered behind the net, and then from behind the net, the shot, fake shot by Al McGinnis, and that's the set play from the St. Louis Blues.
And we are 5-on-5. Dan Bilesman at center for the Kings. He'll dump in, looking for the carom. Russ Courtnall is there, pulled up a bit, and Todd Gill got to it first. Here's Courtnall now, centering pass right to Al McGinnis. And the Blues get to it, can't clear though. Comes in front of the net, Courtnall. Couldn't go back in the forehand, and instead the Blues come out. Here's Brett Hull now at center. Hull for McCannis, thought about it. McGinnis in, shot's a pass instead. And a good back check there by the Kings. Russ Courtnall to make the play.
Super play by Courtnall. Two good defensive plays so far in this hockey game. Greg Conroy will get some consideration for the Selke Award once the season's over. The unique thing about Conroy is that he's a right-hand shot. You don't see a lot of big, physical, defensive guys that also have some hands that are right-hand shot.
Both teams failed to score in the first period, so we move ahead to period 2.
Johnson and Robitaille. Ray Ferraro, the forward unit. Johnson, bit of a pick. Center for Robitaille. What a save by Grant Fuhr there as he just left the post for a minute. And it's in back inside the Kings zone. Colorado. His pass is picked up by Turcotte, but Johnson will recover. Great scoring opportunity there for one of the scorers of the Kings, Luc Robitaille. Here is Robitaille again. Throws in, looks for the carom. Craig Johnson couldn't play it. He was just hooked at the last second.
That's smart play by Conroy. Just hooks the elbow just enough so Johnson's blade of his stick leaves the ice, and he's able to clear the zone. Good save by Grant Fuhr on Robitaille.
Here's Rock Blake now off for Ray Ferraro. Gives it back to Blake. Shot, save. Rebound is loose, and it carroms down in the corner. Russ Courtnall up the wall. It's kept in momentarily. Kings get to it.
Oh, look at that.
Courtnall just able to hold the zone. Now some fancy stick handling as he curls away from the check. Floater towards the front of the net. Can't get to it. Duchesne trying to break, and it's free. Duchesne now, and he can't get to it. He hopped over the goaltender Vichet, and Duchesne could not recover and get up. He would have had an empty net.
What a break.
Here's Robitaille the other way. Centering pass. Perot's shot. Stop. Rebound is loose. That's blocked out the defense. Great action here as we approach the midway point of the second period. Jeff Courtnall tried to get it back from Todd Gill. Couldn't do so. Perot back behind his net. There's Jeff Courtnall. He is booed. First time, I believe, in the last two games they've been on time, on the same time, and they score! First time tonight the two brothers have been on the ice at the same time, and the Blues score the goal. It's St. Louis 1, Los Angeles 0.
Pavel Demitra with a real quick release. He's got quick hands, and that was a bang-bang play. And before Vichet could shut down the 5-hole, Demitra fired it through. A quick little heel-to-toe snapshot that caught the goaltender a little off guard. After a great sequence of events, Dimitra's got his third goal of the playoffs and 6 in his last 8, including the regular season.
Thanks to Dimitra's goal, the Blues get on the scoreboard first. We'll be right back. Let's rejoin the third period of the Blues and Kings with St. Louis ahead 1-0.
Kings are just missing the mark. They just seem to be a hair off. Here's Rayon. Shot goes wide, and it might have been a pass.
I think they're just a heartbeat away. I think they let a this could easily be a 2-1 Los Angeles series, but it's not. Down 3-0. I mean, you lose a little bit of your heart. Let's face it, it's natural.
What transpired in that third game.
And it's still only a 1-0 game.
Yep. Here's Conroy, lets it go, he scores! Craig Conroy on the goal. And the Blues take a 2-0 lead.
Let's make that a 2-0 game. It looked innocent enough, but all the defensive work that Conroy's been doing has now paid off offensively. And Larry Robinson, I'm sure, won't like it, naturally, because it's a situation where Conroy goes in. It's an even situation. It's a shot from the outside. It's a knuckler. Oh, my goodness. It hits the shoulder, comes back, hits the knob of the stick. On the right side, the knob of the stick, after it hits the shoulder, bang, and it's in your living room. Wow. What a break that was. Conroy just put it on net. It's never a bad play to do so.
Conroy, the member of what they affectionately call the CPA line for their checking. Here come the Kings right back. Smolek's shot. Rebound is loose. First one was stopped by Fuhr, and the Blues able to clear.
Big back of the block. The shot block by Darren Turcotte. While the Los Angeles Kings had a one-timer, it either ties the game up at 1, or look what happens. Good play by Turcotte, and now the Blues are up by 2.
It's Conroy, his first, just 1 assist from Pronger at 3:22, 2-0, the Blues lead. 16 minutes away from advancing on and eliminating the Los Angeles Kings in 4. Blues in sweep mode here tonight in LA. Here's Jim Campbell the other way, aiming for the short side and fired it wide. Nathan Lafayette up for Los Angeles. Here's Lafayette trying to split through, tried to feed for Perreault, who was broken up. And I think you need me to tell you who had the puck. That was Jeff Portnoy.
There's been very few crushing body checks by Los Angeles. The kind of body checks we saw when they changed their system back to being aggressive in Game 2. They continue that system in Game 3. But St. Louis has been a puck control team again, and they're breaking out too easily. Maybe that's part of the jump and the passion and the heart that has really carried Los Angeles all season long.
Luc Robitaille lets it go, and Grant Fuhr will hang on.
Grant Fuhr's been strong, real strong in this hockey game.
Here's Robitaille trying to break through. Good stick check at that St. Louis blue line. Race for the puck. Galley beats Peller into it. The Kings out of lane. Here's Blake lets it go. Big, heavy shot. Fuhr the stop. And credit the defense for clearing away the opposition players because there was a rebound.
That's a third shot of the game for Rob Blake. He had 1 in the first and 1 in the second. This one might have got away from him as well. Just talking about Murray. This one's a high, hard boomer. Oh, Grant catches it with the cuff of his glove, and he's fortunate that the puck lies right in front of him. The ensuing LA King player skates right by it. Rob Blake gets full wood on this thing. There's a lot of mustard going here, and it's wobbling a little bit. And that might have what fooled Grant Fuhr. Usually he grabs these right in the webbing.
Dumped down low. Kings trying to work it around. Here's Murray. Has a lane. Bergevin on him. Stumple in there as well. It's worked free. Here's Stumple. We're at 5-on-5. Shiplikov coming out of the corner. Portnoy had the whack on him to knock it away. Portnoy puts his man down. 3-man at the point is Aki Berg. Shot save. Rebound score. Kings are on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, that's Stumple's very first goal of the series. He's a go-to guy for them, and they needed the quick hands of this big right-hand shot. Aki Berg lets her fly. It's through traffic, and Grant Fuhr makes an excellent save. Not just on the first one. Oh, he didn't get the second one. Stumple fanned on the rebound. It's flopping in the air, and then he just tags it in here on a little bunt play. He misses it once, almost like a T.C. Cheng, and then hits it again the second time. One time missed, second time in the twine.
Under 30 seconds to go. Can the Kings get the 10? Here's Atchison with the empty net. Just shot it wide. Russ Portnoy is back for it. 20 seconds left. Galley backhands in. Time remaining likely in the Kings season. Will they get another shot off? Pronger clears it to the corner. Rocket Portnoy there with 3 seconds, and it will matter because the clock is stopped with 2.4 seconds left, and a penalty coming up to the captain of the Blues, Chris Pronger, for the blatant slash. Pronger for slashing, at 1957. Face-off, Conroy and Stumple. Horn sounds, that's it. The St. Louis Blues become the first team to advance on to their conference semifinals as they sweep the Los Angeles Kings 4-0. They win this one 2-1. We will have the ceremonial handshakes, which I believe separate hockey from the other playoff sports. One of the great moments in Stanley Cup playoffs, the handshakes at the end of a hard-fought series. 3 of the 4 games were 1-goal hockey games.
Congratulations to the Blues, who advanced to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Welcome to the final installment of our playoff Power Pack.
The Avalanche took Game 3 and Game 4 north of the border in Edmonton. And with a win tonight, they can move along to a yet-to-be-determined opponent in round 2.
The Oilers ended the regular season with 5 consecutive victories on home ice. Of course, that was snapped in Game 3 with the overtime win. The Avalanche ended the regular year with a 6-game road winless streak. Their last road win until Game 3 was in San Jose on March 21st, 2-0.
But the Avalanche, you know, with all the people talking about, you know, where is the Avalanche's A game, their playoff game, the one thing that the players knew for sure is that they had it. They had the ability to step it up 1 level, 2 levels, whatever they needed. And so far in this series, they have.
Although Mark Crawford said this morning, for us to win this series, we have to step it up another level to put the knockout punch on Edmonton. The Avalanche are back at full strength with the kill. Prime Star donates $50 to the Colorado Special Olympics. Still 0-0. And both clubs 0 for 1 on the power play. Lefebvre, a good pass to Denmark. Into Sakic. Oh, he had a man open in left wing. That was Lacroix, but it never got there. Sakic at the red line. Back for Ozolic. Now Claude Lemieux. He's alone, so a bouncer is handled by Joseph, no problem. And Bobby Dallas, who missed Game 4. Kamensky in there. He stole it. Now for Forsberg. To Lemieux. And too closely checked by Dallas. And the puck lobbed to center.
John, one thing we don't talk enough about is...
That shot by Rem Murray turned away. Here comes Lemieux. Tried to hit Kamensky. Now the puck at the Avs line and dumped in by Murray.
Just to continue, but it's Claude Lemieux when he's in front of the net. He's got the tremendous ability to play, to be tied up by the man, but get his stick free. And that's the kind of play that Forsberg was looking at with that pass. He saw that the 2 guys were tied up, but Lemieux had his stick in a position to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, he saw that Lemieux was covered, but he knew that if he could get the stick free, he would.
Exactly. Lemieux, the puck gets there somehow, Lemieux will find it.
And the puck comes right in front. Keith Jones on it for the Avalanche. He chips it ahead, now gets it again, and passes ahead for Denmark. Into the zone, Jones, right in, and a save by Joseph on Keith Jones. Denmark's off the boards. Oh, Sakic was open, couldn't get it. Sakic to the corner. Jones battles down low. In front of Denmark. He shoots one, and that was blocked by Yanni Niinema. Adam Footo, a great job to keep it in, now to Sakic. In front of Jones, and he whiffed on it. And the Oilers finally clear it to center ice. Now the puck back in off Denmark's stick. 4:40 to go in the scoreless first period. The shot's down 9-9. Bobby Dallas deep in his own zone. Here's Berehowski. Scoops it to the Avs line. Miller was right there. And back in it goes. Berehowski trying to clear it out. Held in by Stefan Yell. He'll wrist one behind the goal. Then Clout collides in the corner with Dallas. Then played ahead to McCammon. Against Yell. McCammon with his speed. Looking to get the puck in front now for Marchand. To Hammerleck. That drive was over the goal. And it may have hit the crossbar.
Patrick Waugh did not see it. That was a good play by Hammerleck. He snuck in a perfect spot.
And the puck around the boards for the veteran Tom Fitzgerald. Oh, great pass ahead. And Yell's got a breakaway. Into play. He scores! Stefan Yell!
Sean, but Stefan Yell drives through the middle, and this is a huge goal for the Avalanche. The Avalanche so far in this series their big guns have scored all the goals. They've got no goals from the third and fourth line. So right here, right now, Yell gives the Avalanche the lead. Edmonton plays a strong period. Maybe they think they shut down Sack and Forsberg. Stefan Yell steps up with a goal that gives the Avalanche the lead late in this first period.
And Colorado kept that first period lead. We'll be back with the second right after this. Welcome to the second period. Colorado is ahead of the Oilers by just 1 goal.
That clearing attempt, his shot was blocked, and now Kamensky. Too far for Lemieux against Musil, but kept in by Forsberg to Kamensky, and he never got it. Now in front of Lemieux, wide open. Here's Kamensky, right in, and a save by Joseph. Lemieux in front, fanned on it. Now Ozolich didn't get anything on that one. And the puck ahead and finally cleared out by the Oilers. Ozolich back in his own line. Forsberg knocked down at center now. The puck lobbed in by Rem Murray. Right to Ozolich, ahead to Forsberg, now on to Kamensky. 2-on-2 here. Kamensky, great move. To Fitzgerald, a shot. And that was tipped away by Mironov and out of play. And walks it up the left wing boards for Forsberg. Beats one guy, but was knocked down by McCammon. Niinema on for Musil. Slap shot, and that was high over the right shoulder of Waugh. And Kamensky on the boards, ahead to Forsberg with Lemieux. 2-on-1. Forsberg to Lemieux. In on goal. Big save. Rebound. And Kamensky had a chance. Now Forsberg in the corner. Here comes Kamensky. To Adam Foote. To a sharp angle. Delayed penalty coming up here on Edmonton. Waugh goes off. And Musil intercepts. And the Avalanche will get their second power play. And now dumped in by Edmonton. The Avalanche scored 2 power play goals in both the second and third games in this series. Sakic going wide on Niinema. Now slows it down. In front. Backhander by Jones. And a save by Joseph. And a whistle. Avs get the face off here. Joey Krug. Both goal posts. He hit both posts. Ozolich to the corner now for Lacroix. 40 left in the power play. Krupp on the line. Chips it to the corner to Deadmarsh. Now to Sakic. Deadmarsh back to the goal. He was upended. And the puck on the right point. Ozolich kept it in there. Now Deadmarsh cycles it down low for Lacroix. The Avs up 1-0. Here's Krupp. Back in deep it goes. Collis trying to clear it. And he does off Ozolich.
And that just was a rock by Krupp that Joseph saw, I think, but it just beat him.
And hit both posts. 4:15 to go in the second period. The only goal by Stefan Yell back in the first period. Knocked down by Sakic in front. Oh, and Deadmarsh was open, but Niinema stepped up and made a great defensive play. And now Krupp tips it ahead for Reichel. Into the Oilers zone, Niinema there again. And shoveled out by Musil. Tony Herkus, right through the legs of Sakic. They were teammates in Quebec City for a year and a half, and Sakic nearly burned his old buddy. Here's Kamensky. Dodges a check and dumps it in. Forsberg just on the ice. He gets to it ahead of Musil. Rolls it in front. No one is there. Now Kamensky after it on the wing. Surrendered by 2 Oilers, and Herkus steals it. And he's to center 2-on-3, so he fires it in. And Patrick gets crossed up with Gusarov now. Gusarov takes it to Lemieux. Out of his own zone to Kamensky. In front to Forsberg. Makes a move. And he lost it and fell down. And the Oilers back the other way. 3-on-2. Greer in front. Big save by Waugh on Selapukin. What a save there. Now the puck loose at center. Picked up by Forsberg. Into the zone. Right in front. Saved by Joseph. And the net is free. And I think a call on Edmonton. Good pass to Lemieux.
to Forsberg. Now Kucherov follows up into Lemieux. Lets it go, and that was wide. Great passing there. Forsberg kept it in. Now cleared out. Here's Foote at his own line. He'll drive it right back in with 20 to go in the period. Hammerluck trying to clear it out. And it goes ahead to Zalapukin. On to Mironov. Looking for a shot. A weak one blocked by Kucherov. And he whacks it up the left wing side, but not out. Now to the other side. Here comes Hammerluck. That blast. That stopped in the end of the second period. A scoreless second.
Welcome to the third period. Colorado is up by 1 goal, but down a man.
Fitzgerald once scored 2 shorthanded goals on the same minor penalty in a playoff game. He did it against Pittsburgh back in '93. That's an NHL record. 2 in 1 playoff game on the same minor.
I think they'd take 1. Now Tom would take 1 and be very happy.
Here come the Oilers down by 1 on a power play. Oh, bad hop here. And Waugh got back. Unfortunately, the shot by Ryan Smith was wide as that puck came off a seam of the boards right in front, and the Avalanche cleared away.
Seems right along where the red line comes down the boards.
Now Ryan Smith to Guerin. Fitzgerald knocked him off the puck, and it comes to center again. And Mironov now for Smith. Gets around Foote. The shot right on. Now Guerin to drive. He scores! Guerin has tied the game.
Well, the Avalanche are talking about a couple of things. One, Foote came across and Smith made a move on Adam Foote. And here's at the end of it, Guerin, I mean, who has got a great shot. Walks through. Here's the first shot. Puck goes back to the point. Waugh, I mean, definitely interference on Patrick Waugh.
In comes Lacroix. And the puck free. Lindgren can't clear it. Joseph tries, but here's Krug. That shot tipped wide. Sakic again. In front of his edge. Wide open. And the shot really never got through. And Lindgren away for Edmonton. From the blue line. Hit the goal post. Oh my goodness. He hit the goal post. And yelled back. And chipped away from him. Now Yell at center. He'll take the face-off against Murray. It's Yell, Fitzgerald, and Lacroix against Greer, Zalapukin, and Murray. Exactly 7 to go. Here's Murray. Gets the puck in. Greer charges in after it. Leaves it for Zalapukin. Taken out by Yell. Now Greer. In for his goal. Off a skate. Oh, freakish bounce. And the Oilers have a lead. It's 2-1.
Scrambling behind the net. Greer just uses his size and strength. Spins out front. The puck hits something, bounces past Patrick Waugh. And the Avalanche now trail. John, much like game 1.
And Kamensky into the zone. Lets it go! And that was over the head of Joseph. Lemieux on the boards. 2:05 to go. The Avs need 1 to tie. Kamensky in the corner to Forsberg. Stops it. Saved by Joseph. And a whistle.
Mark Crawford not wanting to use his timeout. And Curtis Joseph every time is going to get him out, get him out. He knows that the key guys for the Avalanche have played a lot here in the last 10 minutes. He wants to keep the pace going, at least force Mark Crawford to use his timeout.
1:35 to go. Forsberg back out there. And the puck into the zone. And played by Needham, but Forsberg loves it down. And finally cleared out by Edmonton. Sanders Ozon's back for Troop. Up the middle. Kamensky can't get free. Here's Lemieux. Back into the zone. Nienema doesn't get a lot on it. Ozolinsh kept it in. Now Kamensky. Waugh still in goal. In front it goes, and Murray is there to clear it. And Patrick Waugh now heads off. The net is empty as Greer steals it. He scores! And the Oilers score an empty netter, and it looks like we're going back to Edmonton for Game 6.
Well, Patrick Waugh was trying to buy a little extra time to get that sixth attacker on the ice. But Greer is just such a big body. He's so strong.
Just a great effort by Greer, unassisted. 5 seconds left. Left point to Dallas. Lets it go, and a save by Waugh. But the game is over, and the Oilers are still alive.
We go back to Edmonton for Game 6.
That's it for this week's show. Thanks for watching Power Week.
Ba-boom! Don't you love it? I don't know if I can find the words to describe this play. Maybe we should just play it over and over again.
Here's Bertuzzi, moves it